Hello folks, and welcome back to the channel. This is episode 6 in my creation kit series. Last episode we did a little bit of cluttering in the house, and we're going to continue on that theme. Last thing we placed in was this table right here. Now this is a food preparation table, so I'm going to want to add some stuff in to make this usable for what I want to do it. I'm going to, in my object window in my filter, I'm going to type the word hammer. And then I'm going to go down and I'm going to click on all. And there is a marker in here. Go down here and find it. Hammer, hammer table marker. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drop that right in there. And I'm going to move that up, and I want to have that right even with the table like that, and move that in just a little bit. That looks good right there. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn my markers off for right now, and I'm going to type the word food into my object window again. And I'm going to go back up and I'm going to find the food that I want, and I think we're going to go with horker. Some horker meat. I'm going to drop that right there, and I'm going to move that around, and I'm going to turn my marker back on. I'm going to put that right there, and what's going to happen is my NPCs will have the option of coming up to the table and hammering on the horker meat to tenderize it. Alright? Now, you can add in lots of different stuff on the table if you want. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to clutter up this table, and I'll be right back when it's done. Okay, so well, I got my table all cluttered out here. Beautiful, huh? Little food prep area right there. I got some potatoes in a crate over here. I got some more venison, another piece of horker meat, different things around like that. Now, I might want to have some shelves over here with some food in them. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to save my mod. I do this a lot. I tend to save a lot when I'm working on mods. It's like working on anything else on the computer. You never know when stuff's going to crash. So always, when you get something the way you want it, save your mod. Okay, my saving's done. Now I'm going to go into my warehouse. Yeah. You get these errors when you go into the warehouse because of the eyepieces and stuff. Now in my warehouse, I'm going to want to get some shelving going on here, and I want to stick with basically the same kind of shelves as before. Noble shelves. Let's see. These will work. These are better. I know these are bookcases, but you can actually just use just that. So I'm going to duplicate that, and I'm going to pull that one out just like that. That looks about like what I want. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to slide this in here, and I am going to move it up, drop it down, and that's fine. I know that'll be on the same level, just like that. Now on this shelf right here, I had some horker meat that I put on my table right there, and I want to continue with that. So I'll take and I'll put me a piece of horker meat in right there, and you can either have it like that. Well, it's a little long, so we're gonna Ooh, boy, didn't know the Horkers had that much hair on them. Haha. I don't feel bad about killing them now. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull that up, slide that down, and I'm going to set that as don't havoc settle right now, and then I'm going to go ahead and duplicate it, and I'm going to move one up. I'm going to set it down because it'll set down right on top. Now I can go ahead and duplicate those and just move them up, set them down just like that. I'm going to grab a hold of one of them, duplicate it, oops, and one more up. Oopsie. That's okay, we can just delete those, no big deal. I just want to do just one more up, so I'll duplicate it. I didn't want to duplicate it again. Remember what I said, I'm a real stickler for spacing on stuff. That looks good, lots of Horker meat right there. And maybe I want to have some honey on this shelf, so I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to stick this honey vat in. Whoa, that's a big old honey vat. We want to move that down a little bit, right? And you can figure out which way you want it to look. I'm going to go ahead and I think that is going to be about right where I want it. And I'll go ahead now, don't havoc settle that. This bottom shelf down here, well, let's see. I'm going to take it and I'm going to put me a goat leg on there. Just because, you know, change up the menu a little bit, right? Move that over there. Just like that. Now this one, I'm going to go ahead and I don't want to do that yet. I want to move that up, then drop it down. Then I'm going to don't havoc settle that. Now I'm going to duplicate it. And then I'm going to turn it around this way. Like this. I'm going to move it up. I'm going to click back on it. I'm going to take the don't havoc settle off and I'm going to hit my havoc button. That looks good just like that. I know, weird, huh? But that looks about like what I'm looking for. So I'm going to go hit the don't havoc settle button on it so it stays. And that gives me a little shelf with some food on it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to save that so I can save that into my warehouse, because whenever you add something to your warehouse, make sure to save. That way if you crash or whatever, you don't have to go back through and mess with it every time. Make sure to save, because Creation Kit likes to crash sometimes. It has a habit. So I just copied that. See how I did that, guys? Remember, I just like that, select all of it, right click, copy. That's fine. We'll go back to my house, and I wanted to put this in right over here, so we'll go ahead and we'll paste that in just like that. We'll move that up. Now you can't use the F to drop it, because if you use the F to drop it, it messes up the stacks and everything. So just kind of put that in there like that, and I'm going to slide that back there, right there against the wall. It ain't got to be perfect, but I'm such a stickler for stuff like that. Just want to make sure there's no clipping. I'm good there. Now over here we're gonna want supplies and stuff. So just to give the impression that there's a little bit of supplies, we're going to type in the word crate into our filter, push all, and this will give you the different crates. Now if you preview them, that's what I'm looking for right there. That's just a regular old crate. We're going to drop that right in there, pick that up, set it down. Want to make it look like there's some crates there. Give it some clutter, and I think maybe I can add in one more. So I'm going to duplicate it, and I'm going to move that up, move that over to there, push F to drop it in there so I get that. I might even want to make it a little off center, so that gives us look like, okay, that's where, you know, we got crates of food over there. Alright, so we got that part done. Okay, now we are going to want to add some shelves into our little alchemy station right here. You guys remember this, we did this last time. This is where that resource mod that I added in comes in handy, so we're just going to go ahead and go to that. Okay, here we are in our resource mod, and so there is a certain thing that I'm looking for. Go ahead and look through this resource mod because there's a lot of stuff in here. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. And I want to stick with the noble thing, so that one looks pretty much, or was it that one? That looks like the one. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on the floor. I'm going to delete the floor. And take a second to delete. There. And I can either, I don't know if which one I want here. I think I want this one with the Daedra hearts on it because, you know, they're Daedra hearts. We're going to go ahead and, just like with our last time we did that, we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to copy those. And then we'll go back to our warehouse, go back to our house. Now, I can add this in right here. That looks good, right? Well, it needs to go up, so. And I'll get in close. Center. Get it down on the floor, but not in the floor. There we go, that works. And I'm going to take and I'm going to slide that. I want to make sure that it don't clip into the wall, so I'm going to take and I'm going to slide that over all the way to there. We'll slide that up even closer, because now we can take and duplicate this. I know why I have two of them. You'll see. Just give me a second here. Fit that in just like that. Now that we've done that, we'll go to the death bells. Yeah, the death bells will work. We'll move that out there. Little things like that bug me. So I'm going to select all of these. I'm going to select all of these death bells. Just like that. I'm going to, oh boy. Just like that. Okay. I'm going to select all of these death bells, and I'm going to go to search and replace. And let's see. Let's not do death bells. Let's do nightshade. Search for nightshade. Oh, that's not really what I wanted to do. Try that again. Search and replace. I want to do it here. I will just type in Nightshade, and I want to do it because I have all three of those selected. It'll say replacing 3 objects, check. But see, now the problem is it replaces that, but now you have to fix it because it's looks a little goofy. It looks like it's growing out of the shelf. So try that again like that, and I'm going to push my W key like that, push my W key, turn that off, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drop those down. Now with each one of these I'm going to take and I'm going to churn it. Okay, I just want to make sure. Undo. There we go. I'm going to turn that one that way. That'll work. And I'm going to turn this one way. Slide that over there. Now I'll hit my Havoc button, and everything is right on the money. Now I'll go through and I will don't Havoc settle each one. Something moved and I didn't want it to. And I'll go through and I'll hit my don't Havoc settle on the rest of them, because I don't want those to. I do not want those to Havoc settle. Now you can go through and don't Havoc settle the rest of them. Check see if they're going to move or not. You just hit the Havoc button. Nothing's going to move. So that kind of breaks that up. And the rest of it I'm going to leave like that. Now what we need is a barrel and a chest. So I'm going to go into my object window. I'm going to type 000 and I'll let that load up. Okay guys, you'll probably notice these Hircine statues in the mod. Don't just delete those because you don't have the meshes for those. I forgot to take them out. I deleted them from the mod and I forgot to take out the delete those. So the Hircine statues, just delete those. So anyway, we need a chest and a barrel. So I'm going to take a player chest. I'm going to duplicate that. And once I have my player chest duplicated, what I'm going to do is I'm going to rename that 00. I'll be player chest, and we're going to rename this to potions. And it'll say create new object. No, we don't want to create a new object. We're editing an object we duplicated. So then push yes. We're going to open that up. I want to make sure that's off. Now this is where you can rename it, and I'm going to rename it potions. And I don't need the word chest, so it's just going to say potions. Right? Okay. And I'll push OK on that. And where did it go? There it is right there. I'm going to drop that into my mod. And that's actually a little large for what I want, so we're going to add that in right there. Make sure I'm looking at the front of the chest. There we go. That looks good right there. Now we want a barrel. Now this is a little bit different. We're going to actually duplicate an object. So I'm going to type in barrel into my filter, and I'm going to, I think we'll go with, let's see what's in barrel ingredients common. It just has 1. We don't like that. So we are going to take, and we're going to, the empty barrel here, we're going to duplicate that. And we are going to rename this, for the purposes of this, This will be barrel, and then ingredients. Right. Create new object? No. Are you sure? Yes. And we're going to open this up. And we're going to type ingredients. And I didn't spell it right, did I? No, I didn't. Ingredients. And we're just going to leave that just like that. Now, I'm going to leave this as respawns because I'm going to add some stuff to this barrel. I'm going to click on new, and I'm going to add in that right there, and I'm going to find nightshade, and I think I'll make the count, we'll make the count 50 just because, and then death bell. Oh, it's actually, forgot this. New, just like that. Okay, cool. And then nightshade. I mean, you can put whatever you want in the barrel for ingredients. Garlic, 50. You know, all the way down. You can add as much or as little to the stuff as you want. I'm going to put one more in here, and I'm going to put giant's toe. Giant lichen will work too. 50 of those. And say I want a giant's toe. Say I want some giant's toes in there. We're going to put some 50 giant's toes in there as well. And then I want 50 nightshade. And you can set that for as much or as little as you want. Remember, this is going to be a respawning barrel, so you can put whatever you want in it, and then whatever you take out of it, eventually it's going to respawn. So we will close that out, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drop that barrel right in there, just like that. If you want to get real goofy, you can take and shrink the barrel down just a little bit. I'm a big one for shrinking stuff down because some of this stuff in this game is just really too big. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to duplicate that. Just like that. And just because, I'm going to duplicate it again. And this one, yeah. And then I'm going to move it across to make me a little stackage of barrels right there, so it looks kind of cool. So now I got that right there. Now over here on this side, we're going to go back to our resource warehouse. And here we are back in the resource warehouse. This, like, I can't begin to stress enough how cool this mod is, this resource warehouse is. Okay, and it looks about like what I want right there. I could have chose that for, could have chose one of those for my ingredients room, but because you can see that's got all the different kinds of ingredients too. But since I'm going to do enchanting, I'm going to choose this one right here. It's got all those pretty soul gems. I'm going to copy that. Go back to my house. Now I'm just clicking and hold. I click on that and hold it. That way I can spin it around. And then the same thing over here. I'll go ahead and I'll place this in right here. This one's going to take a little bit more to place because it is taller. So that looks about right, and that looks right there. Now I'm not going to be able to fit two. I don't think I'm going to be able to fit two of those in there. I can, however, get it up there close. Nope, I ain't going to be able to fit two of them in there. See, because it clips, the table clips into it no matter what you do. You could make the table smaller, I guess, but or add in a tabletop one. You know, whatever works for you. Now, I got that right there. And now maybe I want to put a chest in here. I have a chest already made up for enchanting. So I'm going to click on static 000. Let that load up. Okay, now it's loaded up. Now, there's two different kinds of chests I have already made. There's the Enchanting Chest here. We'll open that up, and it's just got a bunch of soul gems, all different kinds, empty and filled. And it's a respawning chest. That looks like the one I want right there. I made this when I made that mod. I'm going to go ahead and I am going to shrink that down. I'm going to move that up against the counter. I'm going to move that up against the wall. Now I need some storage in here. So there is a safe that I made right here. This has got nothing in it and it doesn't respawn. Okay, that's perfect. So I don't... Yeah, that's the one I want. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drop that right in there. And I'm going to use a safe because there just happens to be a nice little spot right here where we can actually stick that in the wall. Be a little bit of space saving right there. You could stick it in the wall. It'll be sticking out through the back side of the wall, but that's alright. You'll still be able to use it. So we got one safe right there for storage. I'm going to duplicate that. And I'm going to move it up and I'm going to put two safes. And just because I'm a goofy like this, I'm going to put a third safe in right here. So now I got a stack of safes. And that's my storage. Now you can actually do that over here on the other side too. But I'm not going to because I'm going to leave that open for weapons racks and everything. So we've added quite a bit into the house this time. Tune in next episode and we will continue to clutter our house and add things to it. Remember guys, if you guys liked the video, go ahead and push thumbs up. Then share it on social media with your friends as it really helps out the channel. And until next time guys, remember to keep your sword sharp. Don't be a milk drinker. And always watch the skies, traveler.